I'm Isabella and welcome back to my channel. My previous video was about how I randomly quit my job and created an OnlyFans with no social media presence and made it my full-time job to see if investing into being a social media content creator is worth it or not, especially when you're starting from ground zero. Will my tactics work? Will I succeed or fail? Only time will tell. I do have some exciting things in the work, but I'll be giving an update on that shortly, I promise. However, in this video, I want to do a proper get to know me segment. Just some random things about me, give you a peek into my life, some background information, a couple perspectives I have, and just give you an idea of who I really am. Okay, so I'm a little overwhelmed on where to start. I mean, this video is all about me, so I have a lot I could mention, since I do know more about myself than I do most other subjects. Okay, so then maybe a good place to start is that I am extra. Like, I really didn't need to mention the fact that I know myself so well that I have no idea where to start. I'm literally going to edit this video after I'm done filming and can edit out that part. But knowing me, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this unnecessary part just because I can. I'm extra in a lot of ways. Not always, but definitely a good amount. I am a bit dramatic, not into actual drama, but like I'm a bit expressive. I add syllables to words that only have one syllable. Like, okay, fine, babe, you know, just extra. I dress in very out there attire. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this is my style. I love fashion. My clothing style is just a lot. I love dressing up. Sometimes I can be rather high maintenance. I mean, I do truly love taking care of people, but I absolutely love and adore being taken care of and spoiled. I can't pack lightly. I have to bring almost everything I own, I swear. So yeah, just things like that is what kind of makes me an extra bitch. I do typically warn people about it and always mention that if you stick around, I promise you'll learn to love me and deal with it. I mean, as long as, you know, we have a compatible type of relationship. I promise I'm well balanced for the most part. I'm just a little bit of an extra bitch too. However, if you are into astrology, you might understand why. I'm a very conflicted and emotional person. That's because I'm a Sagittarius sun, Scorpio moon, Sagittarius rising. Okay, Scorpio moon is like the devil's advocate in me. An example is when my Sagittarius wants to be reactive to any negative emotion inflicted on me by somebody else because of the fire in me. So much passion, so fast. But then my Scorpio comes in and the water just puts out my fire. Like, to give me a perspective outside of my own to consider. Thinking logically, I can make the situation less personal because it's not about me, it's about them and whatever they're dealing with. Then because my Scorpio makes me a huge empath, I get very understanding and can even sympathize. Personally, I do appreciate it. I don't want to be somebody that instigates or perpetuates a situation. I'd rather be the balance if I can. I don't want any of us to engage in something that's unnecessary because it's not worth it. Really not worth it. If I can, I'd rather be, I don't want to say bigger person because sometimes I feel that is used as a bragging term, but I guess I just want to be a person who realizes that most people are in need of compassion and empathy, even if they're technically not being nice to me, because the people that are trying to sabotage others, project onto others, hurt others, inflict pain on others, are typically suffering themselves. Yes, I know there are people who've lived through worse and didn't end up malicious. You can't count on every single person to have the same capacity to overcome something. You can't. And if you want to add psychology into this issue, we all know that not everyone's brain patterns are the same. On top of that, we know so little about the brain. How can we truly identify if somebody's evil or if they just unfortunately were born with a brain that inhibited them from experiencing unconditional love and true human connection? They were hopeless from the start because as of right now, there is no cure for that. Maybe one will be discovered, maybe not. Either way, we don't know much about the brain. Someone once said, I'd rather teach a class on what we don't know about the brain because that would take a very long time. If I taught what we do know about the brain, that would take a matter of weeks. Just because you were able to do something or overcome something doesn't mean you should look down on the people who weren't able to do that. Because we have no idea. We have truly no idea if they're evil, malicious, or just born into an unfortunate life where they are unable to experience the beautiful things that life has to offer. And I truly do feel sad for them too. They simply may just not have the capacity to do it. But I promise you, shaming them into thinking they're pieces of shit or something to that extent, and they themselves will never feel worthy. And when you don't feel worthy, you don't make good decisions for yourself or others. Instead of getting pissed or reactive, take a moment to think outside of yourself and try to understand. Because if you're able to show them sincerity, if it works or not, at least you know you're someone who did the best for somebody else. You were trying to give them a chance, and at least you know that. At least you can take that with you. Maybe, just maybe, you made a little bit of an impression on them, and hopefully the next person that they interact with doesn't have to experience the same thing because of the kindness that you showed them. Break the cycle. Break the cycle for them if you can. Choose to be that person. I am spiritual. I have my personal beliefs about life's purpose and what happens after death. But I don't know anything for sure. It's called having faith and not knowing something. I don't know if there's more or if there's more after life. Could be or there couldn't be. That's an absolute mystery that I'll let be because I can't prove anything and nobody knows for certain. But whatever it is, whatever you believe, either way, what's proven is love because I can feel its existence. So I have my faith, but I live by love, kindness, compassion, and peace. Just be here and now and just really be a kind person, a good person. The motto that I personally live by is making sure that the people around me feel valid, heard, and important. And when it comes to the point of me having to cut somebody out of my life, for whatever reason, I think of succulents. I don't wish them bad, I wish them well. They were once a part of me, just not somebody I can have in my life anymore. I say, I'm just a little succulent, hoping that wherever the parts of me that were ripped out may be, are growing gardens of beauty. It hurt at first, but I hope you're flourishing elsewhere. Anyways, on a lighter level, some other things about me are that I have two adorable cats named Evie and Dewey. This is Evie, and this is Dewey. I actually recently adopted Evie after losing my cat of 14 years. My first animal love, my precious boy Ziggy. But Evie has been the most perfect gift. She's just the light in my life. She's the sweetest little girl. Her name means new life, so that I can honor Ziggy and start this new chapter with her. She had my heart right away, and I just knew she was meant to be mine. She's part Siamese mixed with something else I haven't figured out yet, but she is the sweetest, most loving little girl ever. She follows me around and gives me kisses and cuddles me. I was so blessed with her. Speaking of, look at my pretty girl. Say hi to the camera, pretty girl. Say hi. This is Evie. Hi, my princess. Hi. Isn't she adorable? Yes, she is. Dewey's about 5. I also adopted him. He's a blue Russian. He's such an odd-looking boy, but the cutest little guy ever. He has no neck, really. I call him my no-neck have-an-ass. He is a huge mama's boy. He loves baby talk, like, hi, sweet boy. Hi, my baby boy. Mama loves you. He's just done for, on the floor, waiting for some love. He's done with after the baby talk. He also loves laying on my chest and licking my eyes until I open them in the mornings. But really, I do have the most perfect kitties for me, and I love them so much. I'm obsessed with gold. All my jewelry is gold. As you can see, I have a lot of it, and it's all gold. My favorite color is green. Emerald green, to be precise. My house's color theme is gold, green, black, white, and a dash of pink. I also have a lot of animal decor around my house, pretty much all gold. Like, I have elephants, I have a lion, I have a leopard, I have a rhino, I have a cute little peacock designed bowl, I have giraffes, a monkey, And just, I have animals all over my house mixed with plant green. So it kind of feels like a little bit of a safari in my home, and I personally love it. My house is whatever I want it to be because I live alone and I enjoy the fuck out of it. Some of my hobbies are, I like to make jewelry, gold jewelry, just mainly for myself. I love writing, I'd say, and have been told that I am pretty good at it. In fact, with my OnlyFans, I'm creating sexy fantasies to go with the theme of the photos and videos that I post, so I can incorporate eating. I love writing. I love art as well. I mostly just sketch. I'm good at it, but I do feel like if I invested time into doing more, I couldn't be good at it. As mentioned in my previous video, I also play the ukulele, sing, and write songs. It's my absolute favorite outlet. I'll most likely eventually post songs to my YouTube channel. I consider myself pansexual. I typically don't have attraction to somebody unless I get to know them. There has to be connection or I'm not interested. I don't care how successful, how rich, how handsome, how beautiful you are. Whatever it is that you have to offer. If we don't have a good connection, a genuine connection, I'm not going to feel attracted to you and I'm not going to waste my time. Doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, non-binary, or anything else. Like who I like, I fall in love with who I fall in love with. My love language is touch, but it's very rare that I find somebody that I want to touch me. I'm pretty picky on who I let be intimate with me in any sort of way. Cuddling, sex, whatever it is. I get uncomfortable very easily, but when I get somebody that I love touching me, then the favor is returned. I love touching them too. Massages, little tickles, head scratches, things like that. I love receiving pleasure as much as I love giving pleasure, but I'm very selective on who. I definitely prefer quality over quantity. I have a few friends that I just love unconditionally. Yes, I have other friends, but they're not my people, like the people that I love unconditionally are. I have a best friend of 16 years that I met when I was 10 years old. My absolute first love. Best friend of 7 years, who's always been there for me and never lets me down. A best friend I've had since middle school, who's the most supportive person I know. Another best friend of 6 years that I've known since the beginning of my beauty industry endeavor. She's opened my eyes to so much. A best friend of 2.5 years that I met when he protected me at the club as a bouncer. Another friend that I knew for quite a while before we made a genuine connection. Just after I left the job that we worked at together, a while after, I saw a post that she wasn't okay, so I reached out and we've been really good friends since. Another best friend that I just met at my most previous job, who I clicked faster with than I have ever clicked with anyone before. I have my casual friends that I love to hang out with and party with or go on adventures with, but they're not those people. And they have people that I'm not for them. It's an understanding. It's a mutual understanding. In my opinion, only one person can have so many important, sincere, genuine connections that they invest their time in. Otherwise, you just get lost in way too much. I've been rather privileged in my experiences in life. I had a few different countries and states, especially when I was younger with my best friend and our families. Going on cruises, Disneyland, Disney World, all of the theme parks multiple times. I even got to experience diving with great white sharks on a trip to Mexico for 5 days. I saw a lot of them. It was awesome. I was really lucky as a child and growing up. I'm very grateful for those experiences. And now I really want to have money mainly so I can travel and experience things. I will never get rid of that itch, I don't think. No. So I think I am a well-rounded person for the most part. I absolutely have my imperfections that I work on daily, but overall I have good morals and values. I call myself a forever student because I always want to be open-minded and learn. There's so much knowledge to be had. I will never know everything, and there's always something to learn from someone else. I will always give someone the courtesy of listening to them because I have no idea what kind of knowledge they have. It's so important to listen. Even if you don't necessarily agree, there's always something to learn and take away from it. Somehow, some way. Well, anyways, it's midnight, and I think I've said enough, ranted a lot, and gave you a good idea of the person that I am. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do me a favor and subscribe to me. I really am hoping to succeed and not fail at this endeavor because this is my only way of income right now. Regardless, thank you for watching and listening. Thanks, babes. Love you. Bye.